Alrighty, let's see how things are working. You can't put tags in a live thing. Shit. Is the quality shitty? I feel like the quality's shitty. Yeah, I think I'm lagging. And also the weather's not doing too well here. Let me stop. I'm going to stop the stream. I'm going to change the resolution. I'll be right back. Okay. Alright, so can you guys see me? I lowered the resolution. I had to. Because it was acting up. And plus, actually, the weather's actually not too great here. Alright, so you guys can't see me. Fuck, I was at 6 viewers. I was at 6 viewers on YouTube, and now it dropped. Because I think they just saw, oh, he's not actually live. DeWay, you're weirding me out. Now on Twitch. But let's see, 1 viewer on Twitch so far. Thank God he stuck around. I had a viewer on Mixer, but they disappeared, I guess. I'm inclining to the side here too much. Let me back up. Okay, so Mr. Smiley, Heyman8, King Ray 2000, welcome to the stream if you're still watching. I'm hoping to be like right here. All right. Ricardo Trindade, welcome. Probably generally be about right here. Alright, so if the title and also what you're seeing here on the screen does not give it away now. Give it away now. We are doing a live reaction to the Nintendo Direct. I figured might as well take advantage of the opportunity since we are doing this. Also, your regular reminder, if you are on YouTube, if you're watching me on YouTube, I'm also streaming simultaneously on Mixer and on Twitch. If you have a Twitch account, give me a follow over there. You see the bar here at the corner. It says 32 out of 50. We're trying to hit 50 followers. Figure it's like a nice little even number, nice little round number. So if you can hit me up on Twitch, much appreciated. It's the same username, Dark Spider David. What is your Switch name? Are you talking about Switch or Twitch? I really don't know if it's a typo. It could be a typo. You're literally 1 letter off. If you're asking for my Switch name, as in my Switch user code, don't not right now. Not right now. It's gonna be a while because that code. Yeah, I have to look it up. I have to go on my Switch. I need to. You know, I know it starts with SW. SW01, I think, and then after that, I can't fucking remember. But yeah, we're going to be checking out the Nintendo Direct for February 13th, 2019. What kind of... Well, no, that wouldn't be accurate. No, I was going to say that what's kind of interesting is that this might be a Direct that we already had in the making for a while, because you guys have to remember there was going to be a Direct, I think last month or in December, something like that, and it got delayed because there was an earthquake in Japan, and for the safety of folks and to kind of prioritize what needed to be prioritized, they postponed the direct. And now let me go in here. I think so. Technically speaking, they are streaming right now. Let's see if it could be 720p 60 here. Hopefully that doesn't fuck me up. Yeah, the Switch username is Smiley. It's gonna have to wait. I don't know when, but it's gonna have to wait because it's just a bunch of numbers. If you're looking for my Twitch name, twitch.tv/DarkSpiderDavid, just like my YouTube username. So anybody watching over on YouTube, give me a follow over there, and we'll reach 50 followers in no time. 2 people watching on Twitch right now. Nobody watching on Mixer. Okie doke. But yeah, we are about 10 minutes away. 10 minutes away from the direct. They are technically streaming. If you go on their YouTube Twitch right here, you'll notice playing for 36,000 viewers. So, and let me make sure my volumes are good. Guys, let me know. Let me go over here. Let me know if you can hear this. I'm about to blip a little bit here. Can you hear those? Can you hear those little chimes? It's my little volume control. OBS is so far saying that you can, that you should be hearing it. It's going to be a little low on the volume because I want to make sure that you guys can hear me here. It doesn't, whatever they play in the direct, I want it to not overbear what I'm saying here in the stream. And also, just in case Nintendo decides to be a little bit of a dick, because I know how they can be with audio and video and stuff like that when it comes to other YouTubers and such doing crap. All right, 3 viewers on Twitch. Nice, nice, nice. Where'd everybody going? On YouTube over there. It's looking a little dry. You know what? I'm going to change the title on YouTube. And viewer discussion. But did you guys hear the chimes? Mr. Smiley, if you're still watching on YouTube, did you hear the chimes? Just making sure that it's all working properly. That way you guys can hear the direct as you're hearing me. This is my first direct. Well, no. Not my first direct like that I'm watching in a general sense. Just my first direct that I'm reacting to here live. Because I got this whole setup rigged up. So it's like, well, might as well do it. Here, Mr. Smiley, I'm going to play it for you one more time. Can you hear that? Okay, good. So we are pretty much set. We're about 7, 8 minutes. I want to say 7 minutes. 7 minutes away. Let me put on my headset. So to anyone watching on either Twitch or YouTube, primarily YouTube, because I think that's what all you guys are at. What are your guys' predictions for the direct? right, less than 7 minutes left. Let's see what Nintendo. My prediction, my golden egg, I guess you could say, for the direct. That I'm like, come on, guys, do it. You gotta do it. Is Metroid Prime Trilogy remastered come to the Switch? That's my big one right now. They're might talk about Metroid Prime 4, but they're not going to show anything after the news that they are pretty much starting from scratch over with the original developers of Metroid Primes 1 through 3. But everybody universally loved the fact that they did that because it was Halo for Switch. Double Dash 317 Halo for Switch. No, that's not going to happen. Because I know what you're probably referring to, Double Dash, is the fact that Xbox Live is coming to the Switch, or it's on the Switch. That doesn't mean that the games are going to come to the Switch. It's just a way to manage your, not your purchases, but like manage your achievement lists and your playlists and stuff like that. Like the little minute stuff. That's what Xbox Live on Switch is going to be able to do. But in terms of buying games and playing the games, why would they do that? It's gonna pretty much render the Xbox pointless. It's gonna render the Xbox useless. So, I mean, it's a big gamble, and I know that Microsoft and Nintendo play a little nicer than PlayStation does, but it's a little bit of long shot that they're gonna be doing something, something to that caliber. Halo on Switch. It would be dope. Don't get me wrong. It would be dope. Playing Halo on the go, yeah, hell yeah, but it's more like something that they need to get Microsoft's license on that, and they're not going to sign off on that, especially if that's going to prompt Microsoft to be like, well, maybe we should come up with a portable ourselves. They never done a portable. PlayStation had a portable. The fucking Vita. The Vita, which I myself am contemplating getting, only because there's a good chance they're going to kill it this year. And once they kill it, those prices are going to skyrocket up. It's going to get crazy. But for those of you joining in here on YouTube, because it looks like we bumped up a little bit on viewership, my golden egg, as I mentioned, for the direct is Metroid Prime Trilogy remastered on the Switch. That they got to do that, especially after revealing that they did the whole switcheroo for Metroid Prime 4, going back to the original studio and starting from scratch. It's like, okay, now we know that Metroid Prime 4 is not going to be coming around for like another 2 to maybe 3, maybe even 4 years. Now's the perfect time to release Metroid Prime Trilogy to build up that excitement for that Prime 4. Especially for folks like me, because I never finished Metroid Prime on the GameCube. I have it, but I never finished it. And I played a little bit, but I never finished it. And I never got 2 or 3, especially since I think 3 was on the Wii. So it'll be perfect. It'll be fucking perfect. But yeah, that's my big one for the direct. Probably release date for Joker on Smash Brothers, and then probably a teaser for the next character in that season pass, in that fighter pass or whatever it's called. Maybe the new Yoshi game, then maybe a new Kirby. Might be a little early for a Kirby game, but definitely the next Yoshi game. Some details. They're not gonna actually show anything, but some details on the next Pokemon game. Double Dash Wind Waker HD. That would be cool, but we kind of already got Wind Waker HD on the Wii U, so maybe they might port that over. But I would love a Twilight Princess HD on Switch. Twilight Princess Twilight Princess or Skyward Sword. Especially since Skyward Sword, like I said, I got scared off of it because it was put on the Wii and it was really centric on motion controls. Let the motion controls be optional on the Switch because you do have the Joy-Cons, but overall let it be playable with just the basic controls. Alright, we're 2 minutes away. I got the window open here. We should be functioning. Mr. Smiley vouches for me that the audio is working both on my mic and also on the thing here. So you guys should be able to hear the direct and me. Banjo-Kazooie. Banjo-Kazooie would be awesome. Not going to happen because of licenses issues, because Banjo-Kazooie is done by Rare, / owned by Rare. Rare is owned by Microsoft now. So That's why we got Banjo-Kazooie on the rare replay that came out exclusively on the Xbox. So that's not gonna happen. Just like I would love for there to be a GoldenEye port or remaster on the Switch. That'd be great, but that's not gonna happen because it's rare. All right, here we go. They might be a little late. I do know that it's going to be a quick thing, 35 minutes. So 35 minutes, one and done. And then afterwards, I'm probably going to talk for the remaining 25 minutes with you guys up until 3 o'clock. And then I have to start getting ready because me and my girlfriend, we're going to be doing our Valentine's Day date today instead of tomorrow. Because everybody's going to be going tomorrow. It's going to be super busy. And I have school, she has work. So it's like, it's perfect. We'll just do it today, hassle-free. The only thing right now that's looking kind of shady is the weather. Weather's looking kind of bad, but I'm hoping to push through it. Also, not a fan of my frame rate right now. I'm noticing my frame rate's a little dippy. So I apologize in advance that the frame rate's gonna... Oh, here we go. RP to mature. Nintendo Direct, February 13th. Alright guys, here we go. Oh yeah, Nintendo Online games. Nintendo Online games. Huh. Yeah. Mario Maker? Mario Maker on the Switch. Yes. Yes, okay. Because I know that the, I heard the 3DS version is kind of crappy because it's too much for that little portable to handle. There was the Wii U version, which people loved, but yeah. 2! So it's not a port. It's actually a new one. Yeah, and then we got 3D Mario. Looks wonderful. Alright. That's cool that you got the 3D World Mario in there. It's still set. Now, I'm gonna sound super nitpicky here, but it would be nice if you got Luigi in there. I like this. I like this. June 20. All right, I might pick that up. June 2019.
Hi everyone.
Are you
I'm
Spanish? I'm
Yoshiaki
Mexican.
Koizumi, and I'll be your guide for today's Nintendo Direct.
Hello, yeah, I'm not. Oh wow, is your name really Yoshiaki?
You just got your
Yoshi?
first look at the brand new sequel to Super Mario Maker, which
Nice.
we're of course calling Super Mario Maker 2.
Nice.
There will be
All right,
brand new
that's the opener.
features and many new
Yeah,
elements
because I
are in
heard that the
development
Wii U
as we
version
speak.
of Super Mario Maker was the best, and it was really
So please
fun,
stay
and it was
tuned.
actually a Game of the Year contender, but it was the Wii U.
All right.
Obviously,
Next,
I was like,
let's cover today's Nintendo
so they
Switch
released it on the
headlines.
3DS. I was like, okay, cool, but then all the reviews saying, yeah, it's too much for the
For the
portable
first
bear.
time in 10 years, the Marvel Ultimate
Ultimate
Alliance
Alliance
series
3.
returns with a new 4-player action RPG and an all-new original story. Assemble your ultimate dream team from a huge cast of Marvel superheroes.
The only thing that concerns me about Ultimate Alliance 3 is
Defenders,
just
X-Men, and
the
more
graphical
to stop
fidelity.
Thanos
It
and
doesn't.
the Black Order
It still
from
looks like
unleashing
it's
cosmic
stuck in
chaos. You can play
2005,
together in
2006.
TV mode, locally
I
on
understand
up to 4
it's
systems
exclusively on
or
the
online.
Switch, and they kind of have to
You get
downgrade it that
closer
way
to the action
because
with a dynamic zoomed-in
it's portable.
heroic camera. And speaking of
But-
heroic, it's time to go higher,
Yeah, like look at
further,
Hulk there.
faster with Marvel's ultimate cosmic protector, Captain Marvel. Wield her power against those that would do harm to the universe. As characters level up, they'll learn skills you can use on the fly. In Carol Danvers' case, literally. In addition to basic attacks and skills,
Still though, I
Hero
might
has
still
an Alliance Extreme
grab
attack,
it. I
their
might
most
just
powerful
grab
move.
this and
Whether you join forces
skip
with friends
1 and 2,
locally
even
or
though I would
online,
love to play 1 and 2.
take teamwork to
but the
unprecedented
only reason
levels
why is
as
just
you
that
creatively
it
combine
looks like
hero
this could
skills
be.
into synergy attacks. Your most powerful attacks can even be
Okay,
combined
it looks like this could be
into
kind of its
an
own
Ultimate
story,
Alliance
so it's like,
Extreme attack. The
let's go
team
with
of
this one.
possibilities will be off
And
the
then if I
charts.
like it enough, then
Marvel
go and pay the
Ultimate
full
Alliance 3,
$60
the
for
Black
1
Order
and 2
launches
on PS4.
exclusively on Nintendo Switch this summer.
Summer. So no exact month, but summer.
Welcome back, Box Boy.
What the fuck is that?
Get ready to unload some boxes and have fun doing it. The critically acclaimed puzzle series Box Boy is coming to Nintendo Switch for the first time.
So while we got this right here, we got 8 people watching on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Nobody on Mixer.
Something else in too.
Just 1 person on Twitch. If you guys watching on YouTube, give
this time 2 players can box it up together.
Don't mind, check out my Twitch. Twitch.tv/DarkSpiderDave, and I'm actually streaming right now over there simultaneously. It's the same thing, Nintendo Direct. But if you have a Twitch account, Twitch.tv/DarkSpiderDave. We're trying to reach 50 followers. You notice the little counter here at the corner. We're 32 out of 50, so we're almost there, guys.
In all, there are 270 stages to beat. That's the highest in the series to date.
There's a series?
Boxes to think outside the box
there was a
and lead
series?
our heroes to the goal.
This looks interesting.
Box Boy and Box Girl
April
will
26th.
unload on Nintendo Switch April 26th.
That's cool, except I'm going to be too busy waiting in line for Avengers.
The ultimate spring update.
All right, here we go. Smash.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is about to spring forward with the version 3.0 update this spring. What are we adding, you ask? You'll just have to wait to find out.
Wow.
Remember,
blue balls?
Joker is a part of Challenger Pack 1. He's secretly been preparing for battle, and his moment will finally come before the end of April. In other words, this year, springtime is the time to smash. And don't forget, new Super Smash Bros. Series amiibo figures are on the way too.
So that was just them saying, hey, get excited.
In Captain Toad Treasure Tracker.
For Smash Brothers. Is that
it's
gonna be
never too late for a journey through the maze-like miniature worlds of the Captain Toad Treasure Tracker game. In fact, we have 2 new announcements for the Nintendo Switch version.
Okay.
After a new update, all courses will support 2-player co-op. Maybe Captain Toad won't be so nervous with someone at his side. 2 heads are better than 1, and an extra set of hands goes a long way. This free update
They're gonna modify the maps because here's the fun fact, guys. I played this game.
Some paid downloadable content is coming.
I played this game.
We're adding
Captain
in 18
Toad.
new challenges that'll see you traveling to 5 new courses, from sunken ships to a kingdom of sweets, and achieving new objectives in existing courses.
Why don't? Okay, that's cool and all, but just make a sequel. It sounds like you want to make a sequel, but instead you just made
shiny crowd in each course,
by
all
just
of which can be played alone or with a second player.
Quantizing everything.
Captain Toad Treasure Tracker's special episode will be available for purchase as soon as, well, later today, giving you early access to one of the courses. The rest of the content will launch on March 14th.
March 14th.
If you don't have the game
Captain
yet,
Toad Treasure
look
Tracker
out
on
for
the
a
Switch. I
digital
rented
bundle
it.
available on Nintendo
liked
eShop later
quite a
today.
bit. It was a nice
it
little
the full game
easygoing
and gives you access
even
to
though
Captain
it got
Toad
kind of
Treasure
challenging
Tracker's special
towards the
episode
end.
once it's available.
Did I freeze?
Steel yourself for old school action in an all-new Gothic castle. The side-scrolling action of yore shall rise once more in bloodstained ritual of the night. And so, the young lady Miriam, host of the Alchemist's Curse, must use her unwanted gifts to slay the demons wrought by the curse.
This looks interesting. Of course, it's harping on Castlevania. I don't know if Castlevania is going to be my thing because
the abilities of
these games, I know that
bend gravity to her will.
I could start losing my shit.
And dart about Jeebel's castle at lightning speed.
Like,
Here,
after a little while, I start to not have
2D side-scrollers don't apply. Throughout the castle, a treasure trove of side quests.
But I know that this is an awful lot of folks.
And small touches flesh out the campaign.
Your body is covered with weird decorations.
Beyond the main story, you can dig deep into character customization, subquests, and more. Stop the fall of man at the hands of demons, and don't be afraid to show them your dark side.
But I know that this is
Ritual of the
summer
Night
2019.
emerges from
I know
the
that this is a
shadows
big one
this
for a
summer.
lot of folks. They're really excited for that. 505 games.
The time has come to build a new world and take on the children of Hargon.
Dragon Quest Builders. I know a lot of folks like that game. I just can't get over, like, can we not, why are people not acknowledging that they are riffing on Dragon Ball Z with that art style?
And fight alongside
nobody mentions that.
Story mode.
Look at him, he's Super Saiyan.
Other builders
Nobody ever
your own
mentions
island
this.
In local co-op
It always just kind of looks past it and be like, oh yeah,
material
quest and all that stuff. And I'm like,
craft objects and tools.
I really hope it's from the same makers as Dragon Ball.
You can imagine.
Shit. How are they not in trouble for
that?
that?
Now you can dash, glide,
looks cute though.
play in first person,
that art style that I'm just
explore
like,
underwater,
why do I not feel comfortable?
And warp all over the new retro-inspired map. If you own the
Oh,
previous
Chrono
game
Trigger.
on a
Yeah.
Nintendo
Chrono Trigger
Switch
also has that
system,
similar style.
you can craft a legendary builder's outfit and the Dragon Lord's throne. When Dragon Quest Builders 2 launches on Nintendo Switch July 12th. There are more Nintendo Switch headlines to come, but first, a word from Mr. Koizumi.
Well, how's it looking? Next, we have a new announcement for that classic
They always
RPG
do that
series.
shit. They
Please
always
take
do
a look.
that. Oh god.
There are RPGs, and then there's Dragon Quest, the series that defined the genre. And the latest entry is charging onto Nintendo Switch in full force, pairing the series' beloved style and perfectly balanced battles with the most impressive scope and elaborate story in series history. Where there is light, darkness follows. For no one does this ring truer than the Luminary, the boy that prophecy says will succeed
Okay.
the last hero and
I have
protect the
people at
world
work.
from a terrible
I had
end.
some guys at work
In an
saying,
odd
"Hey,
twist of fate,
you know, this
the
is the
boy's
game you gotta
world
play."
birthright is snatched from him. On the day he becomes an adult, he finally discovers
And
his
now I
true
think I have an
heritage
excuse to play
and the
because now I can
powers
take
that
it with
make
me. Because I
him
hear
the
that this is
Luminary.
one of those games where it takes
When he
like
goes
dozens
to
of
the king
hours
of
to
the
beat.
largest kingdom for
like
guidance,
60, 70,
he is
almost
dubbed
100 hours.
Darkspawn.
And I'm just like,
So
don't
begins
really-
the perilous journey of a
And
hunted
being
hero,
stuck on a
and the
being on a
ragtag
console
band
like
of
PS4,
adventurers
it's like,
who will join him
I mean
on
that's
his
great
quest
and all,
to
you know, I
set
love
things right.
PS4, but that means I have to wait until I get home to play
Together
it.
they'll
And only
explore
when
the
I'm home
towns
can I
and
play it.
terrain of the sprawling
Now
deep
knowing that it's
land
coming to the
Erdrein.
Switch, Dragon Quest
Monsters
11.
roam free of random encounters. When you engage
Dragon
them,
Quest 11
choose
on
your
the
strategy
Switch?
wisely in turn-based battles. You must know when to attack,
Yeah.
when to heal, when
Yeah,
to use magic, and when to
I might
switch your
just
party
get it
members'
now. I
orders.
might just actually get it
As
now
you
because I
do,
hear that this is
you'll
actually
earn
rather
skill
accessible
points which can
for
be
people who have
used to
never
teach
played
party
Dragon Quest
members
11. So it's like,
attacks,
okay.
spells, and improve
And now I
their
can play it on the
abilities.
go.
You can also collect
Go to work,
materials so you can
take my
forge
lunch
weapons,
break, and then play some
armor,
Dragon
and
Quest 11?
accessories.
Go to school and in
Looking
between
for an
classes,
item
play
that
Dragon
help
Quest 11.
people out in side
Yes.
quests.
It took me 100
Or
hours
try
to
your
beat,
hand at
including
the
post game.
casino.
It's pretty
Or
awesome.
horse races.
Yeah, that's why I'm like 100 hours and I have to wait until I
Erdrein
get
is
home to
full
play
of
it.
surprises
'Cause it's
like
on the
these,
PS4.
and this time, the player has the power to choose on the fly between the land's gorgeous HD vistas and the 2D 16-bit glory of old. This is also the first
Okay.
version of the game with
Cute.
fully orchestrated field and battle
What the
tunes.
fuck was that? There was a
If
dude
you
that looked like
want,
he was wearing
you
the
can
Pickle
change
Rick costume.
between the original sound and the new one whenever you want. And you can also experience the journey with English or Japanese audio.
English or Japanese, of course. I just, going back to that whole Dragon Ball Z complaint that I made, I can't get over how the main character of Dragon Quest 11 looks like Android 17. Super Japanese. Thing is, not to brag, but I feel like I can choose my Japanese games because the ones that I played, you know, there's never been a point where I looked at them
First-time
and go
players and
went
veterans
like,
should
"Oh, this is
also
too
look
Japanese
forward
for
to
me,
new
this is too weird for me."
stories. Each sees one of
I
the main
recognize it's
cast
Japanese,
members
but I'm
stepping
like,
into the spotlight, shedding new
I'm still
light on hidden
behind
truths. This hero's adventure has truly leveled up. Dragon Quest XI-S Echoes
Oh,
of an
a
Elusive
little
Age
bit away, though.
Definitive Edition, launching
little bit away
exclusively on
in the fall.
Nintendo Switch this fall.
While we just announced the addition of these new stories, there will be more new information to share in the future. Please look forward to learning more.
Be excited.
For now, let's continue with more Nintendo Switch headlines.
Okay, thank you, Double Dash. Thank you for that
A
clarification.
Disney
That's always
Tsum Tsum
bothered
game
me.
like you've never seen before.
Is that Human Centipede? No.
These stuffed Disney toys
Human
took the world
Centipede
by
Disney
storm,
edition.
and now they're ready for an after-hours party at the toy store in Disney Tsum Tsum Festival. Play with your friends and family in a wide variety of competitive and cooperative games that support
This is
up
that
to 4 players.
ADHD fix for those kids.
You can play online as well with players from around the world. And you can't mention Disney Tsum Tsum without talking puzzles.
God,
Connect matching
imagine
Tsum
tripping
Tsum
on
to clear
acid
them
and
and
playing
set a
something
high
like this.
score. The game also features a 2-player mode for local and online competitive matches. Disney Tsum Tsum Festival will steal our hearts in 2019. We're picking up a distress call in the Atlas star system. But this time, it's far from friendly. In fact, it's none other than Starwolf's infamous lieutenants, Andrew Oikini, Pigma Dengar, and the Great Leon. Now Peppy, Falco, and Slippy have no choice but to hunt them down, like the animals they are, in a challenging new series of missions you can only find in the spring update of Starlink Battle for Atlas. Every member of the Star Fox team has their own special pilot ability and
all the
skill
way
tree.
over there.
Plus, each pilot can take on any of the new missions and also Fox's missions from the base game. It's time for a game of Seek and Destroy. But don't expect Wolf to play fair. Look forward to news on the rest of the additional content, such as starship races and faction missions, so you're ready when the Star Fox team joins the Starlink Battle for Atlas update this April.
Picked it up not too long ago.
A heartfelt fantasy adventure crops up once again.
Getting some more for that.
Another season, another reason to wield weapons and spells against monsters.
Good morning. It is about to be fall.
Interact with townsfolk daily. Grow vegetables and fruits at the farm.
But you know, lately,
cook some fish.
Nintendo's gotten some good traction, some good momentum. So here's hoping that they close out this track with something big. And like I said, for me,
this
that
fantastical
looks like
circle of life will keep you coming back for more
me,
in
the
Room
big
Factory
thing
4
would be
Special,
that Metroid
fully
Prime
remastered for Nintendo Switch.
They already passed. They
battle
breezed
alongside
over Smash
townsfolk,
Brothers.
and before long,
nothing.
you may become more than just friends.
It's a little sad.
What?
I don't think we even got a release
See
date for
what the
Joker.
heart-pounding
They just said,
newlywed
oh, yeah,
life
Joker's
has in
coming.
store for you, exclusively in this new version of the game.
Joker's coming before April. So within the next
Rune
month
Factory
and
4
a
Special will be
half-ish.
ripe for the playing later this year.
Okay.
And we can finally confirm that Rune Factory 5 is in development. Look forward to more info in the future.
Oh my god.
Soon, a time will come to slay monsters and rescue lost souls, before those souls become monsters. In this action RPG from the developers of I Am Setsuna and Lost Sphere, step into a realm built upon the
I heard
tenets of reincarnation.
great things about those two games.
Its people lead repressed lives, forbidden to mourn the loss of loved ones. To uphold these tenets, Kagachi must travel between the living world and the beyond to rescue lost souls from a terrible fate, becoming monsters. When battling these creatures, the lost souls you've rescued can manifest within you, granting you new powers. Each soul's powers are different, so you must choose the right soul for the situation at hand. In this deep single-player campaign, there will be many battles. You will fight, and you will become stronger. Those who fall to grief are lost, and the lost don't reincarnate.
Sorry guys, if
The
I'm
very
not
foundations of
paying much
reincarnation
attention,
will begin
primarily
to
'cause
crumble
this stuff right here,
when
I just
Oninaki launches in summer
Oninaki.
2019.
I'll wait for the reviews. And I know it's from Square Enix,
Cars,
but
robots,
there it is.
Yoshis in a world of crap.
That's the
You know
the
what
Yoshi
that
story.
means?
You know, somebody I think
Yoshi's
Mr. Smiley
Crafted World
mentioned something
is
about
almost
Yoshi's
here.
story. This is the next Yoshi
This
game.
time,
Yoshi's
we'd like to put
Crafted
the many
World.
facets of these crafty courses on display. As Yoshi,
cute.
you'll go rafting, race solar cars, and tear through the sky on a plane. Nice shot, Yoshi.
Traditional, you know,
Hey, that
puzzle-based
robot's pretty huge for
Yoshi
a
game
miniature.
with a cute aesthetic,
Even
but it
at
is a
this
side
scale,
scroller.
you'll have some challenging bosses to wrangle. Using in-game coins you've racked up,
And everything
collect
looks like it
crafted
was
costumes.
arts and crafted, so you notice everything's kind of like held together like
If you
paper
wear one, it'll
mache
offer a
type
bit of
thing.
protection from enemies. There are more than 180 of these costumes, and some of them can be tricky to get your hands on. Later today, we'll release a demo, which lets you play through the first course.
Alright.
The Yoshi's
Getting jiggy
Crafted
with
World
it?
game will finally hatch on March 29th.
March 29th. Yeah, I heard it was like gonna be like
We
a
have
March
more
game.
Nintendo Switch headlines coming up, but first, another update from Mr. Koizumi.
Another update.
How's it going so far?
Yeah, the last update
Next,
was
we
pretty
have a
big. It's just a
follow-up
shame
on
that
the
we have
latest
to wait.
installment in one of our long-running series, Fire Emblem Three Houses.
There it is.
Please have a look.
Now here's the thing, I'm not super into Fire Emblem, even though I do have a couple of 3DS games for that, you know, Conquest and Awakenings. I have Fire Emblem Warriors, but last year I realized that, oh yeah, that's just a Dynasty Warriors style game.
What could have brought you here?
So it's not an official Fire Emblem game, you know. Fire Emblem Three Houses. Oh, so it's like Game of Thrones.
The continent of Fodlan, said to be protected by a revered goddess, has existed since time immemorial. 3 ruling powers now control the land. In the south lies a region long held by a more than 1,000-year-old dynasty, the Adrestian Empire.
Okay, I'm already confused.
Beyond its borders,
gonna need
to the frigid north,
rulebook
is the home of the
and a
Holy
chart.
Kingdom of Fargus, ruled
With
by
red
the
tape
royal
connecting
family
everything together.
and its knights. To the east, a league of nobles that heeds no king nor emperor rules what is called the Leicester Alliance. Once consumed by
Is that really how you
tempest of
pronounce it? It
war
looks like
and turmoil,
Leicester.
Fodlan,
Leicester.
and
Leicester?
these 3 mighty powers now exist in relative harmony.
Richard.
In the Fire Emblem
Yeah,
Three
Fire
Houses
Emblem, like,
game,
I want to get into
you
it, and
are
I,
the hero
to be
the
fair,
world
I still
needs.
could, because I never
You start out as a
formally played any of
mercenary
the
traveling
games.
with a group led by your father, Geralt. After an unexpected incident reveals an unknown power hidden within, you'll travel to Garrick Mach Monastery, where you'll receive an offer to teach at the Officers' Academy. Around that same time, you alone begin to see a mysterious girl named Sothis, who appears within your mind.
Got you from now on, right?
What I'm interested is this Three Houses,
Garrick
is
Mach
it capable
Monastery
of somebody
lies
like
at
me
the
to
center
enter
of
with this
3
game?
large territories. It is the home base of the Church of Seros, the main religion of Fodlan, as well as the Knights of Seros. Not only does the church serve to maintain order in Fodlan, its monastery also houses the Officers' Academy. Those who train there will go on to shoulder the future of
That's
Fodlan.
my main question. Can I
The
get into
Officers'
this game
Academy
with
is
this? Can I get into the
comprised
series
of 3
with this game? Like,
houses.
do I have to play
The
the other
Black
ones, or can I
Eagles
just
is
jump?
for students
from
from
what
the
I can tell, I
Adrestian
think I
Empire,
can.
including the house leader and future emperor.
They're giving me an awful
Edelgard.
lot of information here that's a little
The Blue
overbearing for
Lions
just the
boast
direct,
Prince Dimitri
but enough
of
for
the
me to
Holy
go like,
Kingdom
okay,
of
I don't
Fargus
have to
as
play
its
the other
house
games. I
leader.
think I can actually start
This
with
house
this
is
one
for
if I wanted to.
students from his kingdom. The Golden Deer is for students from the Leicester Alliance. Their house leader is Claude, who is the heir of the noble family that leads the Alliance.
They're trying to take a. Yeah, are they really trying to take a Game of Thrones approach? Because it kind of.
As a professor, you will lead the students of
Not
one of
necessarily
these
saying that in a
houses
bad
and
way. I think it's
instruct
the work.
them.
It's just that.
In addition to the house
Gotta do it right,
leaders,
right?
there are many other students to meet, each with their own unique personalities and skills. Which house will you choose?
Okay. Training battle. Here we go.
Students are expected to travel
Frederick
to
Greer,
various
I've been here the
lands,
whole time.
Sometimes
Well, make
with
yourself
the
known,
Knights
dude.
of Seros themselves, and
But Double
gain
Dash, you say
real
you got your
battle
in the series with
experience,
Awakening,
including
you're
everything
talking about
from
Awakening
defeating
like the
bandits
3DS
to suppressing
Fire Emblem game?
rebellions.
Because I have that.
These may
I
be
haven't
class
played it.
assignments,
Still wrapped
but the
in
stakes
cellophane,
in each battle
I have
are
that,
very
so maybe
real.
I'll jump into
Whether
that
your
one.
students live or die will depend on your leadership.
Yeah, and I know that's
Strategize as the
mostly
battle
turn-based.
progresses to claim victory.
One more success.
At the Officers' Academy, your students will work
RPG
diligently
mechanics.
each day so that they may wield a variety of weapons. Master the study of magic
I appreciate your coaching.
and acquire special skills.
I do that every
such as
time I get
horsemanship.
excited.
You have been entrusted with their
Oh,
future,
that Doctor
and it's
Strange.
up to you to guide each of them and help them hone
really
their
is, look at that.
abilities. Through combat experience and study, you can help your students reach their full potential. Your students can also interact with each other at the Academy, and by doing so, their bonds will strengthen, and they'll be able to better support each other on the battlefield.
Looks like it could be a big year for RPGs. This, and then introducing a new audience to Dragon Quest XI. I keep wanting to say Dragon Age for some reason. But yeah, Dragon Quest XI, because I know it was out there for the PS4, but knowing that it's like a huge game that can take hundreds of hours, or almost 100 hours to beat.
3 territories,
Like,
3
stuck with the
houses.
PS4 for that. But now being brought to the
Your
Switch,
very
introduced it to a
own
brand new
journey.
audience, like folks like me. Got it.
Fire Emblem Three Houses will release on July 26th.
Ooh, July 26th. Cool, something to play in the summer. Because the summer...
So, how does it
Summer's
look?
always barren when it comes to gaming.
Originally, we announced that Fire Emblem Three Houses would release this spring, but more development time will be necessary.
That's fine.
And so the new release date is July 26th. That means we'll have to ask you to wait a little longer, but we hope you'll look forward to the next generation of Fire Emblem.
I didn't even know
all
if
the
there
same.
was an initial release window for it. So July 26th.
Time for some more Nintendo Switch headlines.
More headlines, and then it's probably going to be it, and hopefully they close out with
In this
something
next
good.
entry of this iconic series, the last player standing wins.
Tetris.
99 players,
Tetris Effect.
but only one reigns supreme. This is Tetris 99. The iconic puzzle game arrives with an online experience like no other. Nintendo Switch
Whoa,
Online members
okay.
can battle for dominance in this free-to-download
Sure.
game.
Free to download.
If you're attacked with garbage,
Fuck it.
attack back to defeat the other 98 players and become the sole
Attacked
survivor.
with garbage. Making it
Nintendo
free to
Switch
play.
Online members, be ready to join the fight.
Oh well,
Tetris
free to
99
play.
will be available for
Free to
download
play.
later today.
it's free
Look
to
forward
play,
to
but you have to
battling
get
it out
Nintendo
in
Online to play
upcoming
with other
online
people.
events.
That's the catch.
Prepare to kill, survive,
Oh.
or die in Dead by Daylight.
All right, let's get
Imagine
mature.
this.
Let's get mature.
You're
here.
alone, struck by fear, struggling to survive. And then you meet another survivor. But it's too late. The killer is upon you. Now run. Hide.
Dead by Daylight.
Scavenge for items. Open the gates and escape with your life. Or take on the role of the killer to make the so-called survivors your next victims. Terrifying? Oh yes. Satisfying? Just you wait. With loads of maps, characters, and cosmetics to earn, you'll experience a deep progression
I know that there's
system
like some killer
while you're on the
skins
hunt or
where you
being
play
hunted.
iconic killers
Discover
like Freddy,
the
Michael,
true meaning of
Jason.
horror when Dead by
Fall
Daylight creeps up
2019,
on
and so
Nintendo Switch this
that's
fall.
A bit from now. That's a bit from now for a port.
This dog will ruin your day.
Undertale 2? Toby Fox. That's a name. I don't think Deltarune. Is it a sequel? Presents spoiler-free trailer. Fucking dog. What the fuck? There aren't that many dogs in the game. Okay, I'm gonna need for free. February 28th for free. Chapter 1's for free. I don't know if the rest of them.
Now
will be
for a
free,
message
but-
from the producer of the futuristic mech action game, Daemon X Machina.
Hello everyone, I'm Kenichiro Tsukuda, producer of Daemon X Machina, and I have some news for you.
It is Undertale
Later today,
backwards.
they'll be releasing a demo called Daemon X Machina Prototype Mission.
Not
on Nintendo
backwards,
eShop
but
for a limited time.
an
The
acronym.
game is still in
You know,
development,
like when you mix
but in the
the
demo you can battle through 4
mix the
different
letters.
missions while
I think that's
exploring
how
the
you-
basic
no,
controls
not an
and
acronym.
customizations of your personal mech.
I can't
known
remember
as
what
an
the
arsenal.
technical name is, but
You can
when
also
you're
experience
able
a
to make
boss
a
battle in
word
the final
out of
mission,
another word
so
by
please try
shuffling
it
the
out.
letters. I can't remember what the terminology for
After
that is,
playing the
but
demo,
yeah,
we'd like to hear
Undertale
your
Delta
feedback.
Root. I get it.
We'll be conducting a short
That's what
online
I'm like.
survey
Is it
by
a
sending an
sequel?
email
Is
invite
it a
to some
spin-off?
players who
Is it
try
a-
out
what is it?
Prototype Mission.
I know it's related.
If
It's
you
gotta
weren't
be related
selected for
to
the
Undertale.
survey,
I just don't know what.
we also welcome your feedback via social media.
I have no clue what this
We
is.
appreciate your
Daemon X
feedback
Machina. It
and
looks
hope to
cool,
make this
but
game the best it can be.
not gripping me in the sense
We have
of
more to say
gameplay
about
and
Daemon
all.
X Machina, so please follow the official Nintendo of America Twitter account.
I
so
know
you
it's
can
gonna
stay up to date on
create
the
an
latest
awful lot of
information.
nicknames for people, for guys who are named Damon.
Daemon X Machina should be launching this summer. With that in mind, the development team is working hard right now, so please stay tuned.
Okey-dokey.
Realistic racing is headed for Nintendo Switch. Grid Autosport comes fully loaded with a mix of high-speed thrills,
I was just guessing.
believable handling,
Because I played Grid
and
2
a
recently on
difficulty
the
level that
PS3.
scales to your skills.
That was alright.
You'll feel like a pro racer as you master
That's
the
just
world's
me, because,
fastest cars to win
racing games
motorsports'
for me
most
are
exhilarating
not it.
races. From the
It's just not for me.
prestigious circuit of Spa-Francorchamps
Boggles
to
my
the
mind
narrow
because
city streets
right
of
in front of me down
Barcelona.
there is actually
All
Forza
DLC is included
Horizon
with
3. I don't
100
know why, but I
cars,
think it was like 10
100
bucks, so I
circuits,
bought it.
and some welcome additions
and I
like
saw a
motion
bunch of like
controls
9
and
out of
custom
10s for it.
controls.
From
Players can race online or locally, and two players
played
can
it yet,
race
but
split screen on a
there.
single system. From street racing to demolition derby, when Grid Autosport speeds onto Nintendo Switch in summer 2019.
Not for me though. Like I said, for me, racing games.
Enter the Viking Age to experience
Oh.
Senua's journey again, or for the
Again.
very first time. Created in collaboration with
Already played it.
neuroscientists
No need for
and
me to
people
get
who
it. And
experience
honestly, it's not a
psychosis.
game that I want to play again. Not
Hellblade
because it
pulls
was
players
bad.
deep
Honestly,
into
the
the
complete
mind of
opposite. It's
Senua.
an amazing game,
This
but it's one of those
broken
games
Celtic
that's
warrior will embark on a
tough to
haunting
go
vision
through when it
quest
comes to
through
like the
Viking
thematic
hell
material.
to
That's just
fight
like,
for the
yeah,
soul of
I
her
played
dead
it.
lover.
I'm good. You know.
Hellblade has won multiple awards, including BAFTAs for performance, audio and artistic achievement.
But I'm hoping
British
for
Game
you guys
and Game
watching,
Beyond
6 people watching on YouTube, you guys have
Find
not
out why
played Hellblade,
Hellblade:
Senua's
Senua's
Sacrifice,
Sacrifice releases on
you have a
Nintendo
Switch,
Switch this spring.
you haven't played on any other system, definitely consider it.
The Nintendo Switch lineup just keeps getting stronger.
Okay.
Mortal Kombat
Oh, yeah,
11
no.
proves
I got
the saga
excited there for a second,
25
and I'm
years
like,
into
alright,
telling
alright,
is
alright,
far
alright.
from over. With all new custom character variations, plus
Mortal
new
Kombat
characters
X,
and
I mean,
returning
11
veterans
comes, I
taking
didn't know
up the
about this.
fight.
I actually contemplated.
In a fresh new adventure, Unravel 2
Okay.
sees players take control of
Unravel
two
2 comes to
adorable
the Switch.
Yarnies. Control both Yarnies on your own in single player,
Yarnies.
or play with a friend in local co-op.
Basically,
for some
third-party
puzzling
stuff.
platforming fun when Unravel 2 comes to Nintendo Switch March 22nd. For the first time on Nintendo Switch, experience Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered with revamped gameplay and features tailored to the system like motion aiming
It's a
and touch
shame
input.
that they
Set
remastered
in the
what
American
people a lot
Revolution,
of
explore one of the most
consider to
iconic
be
eras
one of
in
the
history
weaker, if
as
not
you
the
fight for
weakest
freedom and
Assassin's
independence,
Creed, and it's primarily
ushering
that
the
central
rise of the
character.
nation. All the original downloadable
is that?
content, plus the entire
Is that
standalone
superpowers
game,
now?
Assassin's Creed Liberation
Sure.
Remastered, will
We're
be
in
included when they launch
freaking-
together on May 21st. Final Fantasy fans, better open your calendars. We're
ancient
excited
Greece
to
now
announce
with,
that
like,
Final Fantasy VII will
creatures and
find its
stuff like
new
that.
home on Nintendo Switch March 26th.
The original Final Fantasy.
We can
VII.
also announce that Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon Everybody will release
Of course,
on
we're
March
still waiting
20th.
for that remake, huh?
We're pleased to announce that Final Fantasy IX will journey onto Nintendo Switch later today. Once a classic, always a classic. That's all for today's Nintendo Switch headlines.
That's it for the headlines. All right, what is it?
How's
We got
everything
4
looking?
minutes. 4 minutes.
Well,
What are you
we
gonna
have
show?
a bit more to share in this Nintendo Direct. Please stay with us until the end. Let's take a look, shall we?
What are you doing? What are you doing? I think this is what they're rapping with. And what's that, Power Rangers? Advent. It also kind of looks like Zone of the Enders. I think that's what it is. After crying. I think this is what. Well, he did say stay until the very end, so maybe it's this, and then we'll see. But is this what they're closing with? Damn it.
How foolish. You people are
Hopefully,
leading
that's
all of
they're psyching us out just like they did
humanity's
when they
straight
announced
to
Smash Brothers.
Straight to damnation.
When it started with Platoon, and I was like, what's Platoon stuff? And then it got dark, and everyone was like, oh my god.
My heart goes out to you two. All because of how you were born. Doomed to be used by those idiots until you die. Chained to your fate. Powerless.
Today has been most revelatory. Finally, we're ready for the final stage.
What the hell are they? Why did you make them?
I really hoped you two wouldn't get caught up in all this. Now don't go dying on me.
Oh, it's from Platinum Games, alright.
What you just witnessed is Astral Chain, a brand new action game in development at Platinum Games.
Astral Chain.
It looked like two characters were fighting together during battle, didn't it? I hope you're excited to learn more about how combat will play out in this game.
Yeah, looks
Please
like
stay
a Platinum
tuned.
Games.
And speaking of Platinum Games, I'm sure you're very curious about Bayonetta 3. Rest assured, the developers of Bayonetta 3 are hard at work, and I hope you're looking forward to learning more. Our next title will be the last announcement of the day. Please check it out.
Here we go. This is gonna hurt because I... Oh. Oh, Pokemon? Well, it's not Metroid Prime, so... Oh! Zelda. Wind Waker. I think you guys were onto it, yeah. I mean, it's Zelda, but to what capacity? Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening? Up, down. Old school. Metroid Prime cards. I love the beautiful looking 2019. I'm sorry, you don't tease it with just 2019 on something like that, dude.
So, what did you think? At long last, 1993's Game Boy classic, The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, will find new life on Nintendo Switch. After 26 years, it has been reborn as a new experience, and we'll have more to say in the future. Please look forward to its release. That's all for today's Nintendo Direct. Thank you so much for watching.
That's it. Damn it. Sorry guys, alright. Initial you don't end that's you don't end the direct like that. You don't end the direct like that. You need to end on something strong. Honestly, I feel like they blew the load too early. You should have ended with either Fire Emblem Three Houses or the reveal that Dragon Quest XI is coming to the Switch. To me, so far, those are the two big heavy hitters. Everything else was just either there were like some mobile game looking things in there, like the Tetris 99, which looks interesting, and I'm glad that it's free to play. Okay, hold on. Let me, before I start divulging into shit here, let me fix my camera here, or my what I got going on here. What do you think? I'm about to tell you what I think. Some bitch. Let me Q&A setup. No, that's too. No. Oh, here we go. Yeah, you can see my huge ass clutter over there. Let me center myself here more. All right. So now you see me here in the center. Let me move this a little closer to here. Nintendo Direct, February 13th, 2019. mildly disappointing. No Metroid Prime trilogy. You were right for it. You were right for it. I was not expecting anything from Prime 4. That's fine. But no trilogy. That you had listings like on a, can't remember if it was like a European Amazon or something, but you had it. Yeah, you guys had it, and nothing there. Nothing there. And when you close out, you guys have struck a level of momentum that was just unrivaled. You know, just dropping bomb after bomb. I think around this time, you guys, yeah, Link's Awakening is getting a Switch remake. Yeah, but it still looks like a 3DS game, just, you know, with that smooth sides. So let's break down, you know, the disappointments versus the things that I liked. What I really liked is, of course, like I mentioned, Dragon Quest XI announced for Switch and also I'm seeing a headline here from IGN saying that it's announced for Switch in the West. So it was available for Switch in the East, in Japan. So we're finally getting it. Okay. But okay. Sorry, I'm just looking at some headlines here on IGN in case maybe I might have overlooked something, but no. So now, okay, actually I just thought of something that could be a little bit there. But yeah, that was severely underwhelming. Because the highlights that I liked, which is Dragon Quest XI coming to the Switch here in the States, cool. That provides access for me because I know I can pick it up on PS4, but knowing that it's you know, it could take up to 100 hours to beat, it's like, I need to wait until I come home. There's days where I'm busy pretty much the entire day. Like take tomorrow, for example, it's Valentine's Day, and I'm not going to be able to actually be with my girlfriend because I have school and she has work. I have school virtually all day, and I think I actually moved it in the wrong direction. Let's do that. Am I correct? Okay. Yeah, I have school. I can't, you know, I'm not going to be in front of my PS4. So knowing that that Dragon Quest XI is coming to the Switch, I can take it with me and still be playing Dragon Quest XI. That is awesome. Highlight for me. Highlight number 2. Fire Emblem Three Houses looks like it's a straightforward, maybe not straightforward, but a singular solo standalone story that doesn't require me to play the other Fire Emblem games, even the ones that are on 3DS, so there's no disconnect between consoles there. It looks like I can still maybe get into it with just that. And they're also taking a slightly kind of sort of Game of Thrones approach that I'm like, all right, you know, the houses and all that stuff, that's interesting. Cool. I can dig it. That's highlight number 2. Highlight number 3, before I forget it, Super Mario Maker 2. I missed Mario Maker on the original Wii U because I did not have a Wii U, so that just got stranded there. I know that there was a 3DS version that I could have picked up, but I actually saw plenty of reviews saying do not pick it up on the 3DS. There's just so much going on, so much that you can do on Super Mario Maker that it actually starts to take a toll on the frame rate and on the graphical fidelity on the 3DS. Not recommended. Super Mario Maker 2 coming to a Switch. It looks like that's actually a better fit. So it's not even a port, it's an actual sequel with brand new features, brand new things to access, etc., etc. It's looking pretty dope. That's about it. That's actually about it for, and then I guess some lesser but still kind of neat highlights that I looked at and went, okay, that's pretty neat. Some better clarification as to the roster of Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. New missions coming to Starlink, Battle for Atlas on the Switch, specifically on the Switch because it has to do with Star Fox. So you get to go after Wolf and his gang members, and you get to take them on with Slippy, etc., all that stuff. Okay, cool. Especially since, like I said, I recently picked this up. Cannot wait to jump into it, and knowing that we're getting free missions and we're getting missions and what seems to be a free update. I can get behind that. Then we got what I'm gonna consider neutral ones. Neutral ones are like some of the ones that I look at and I go, okay, that's cool that got announced, like Oninaki, which is a new RPG from Square Enix. Brand new IP. It's not a sequel. It's reminiscent of some other things, but I look at it and go, I'll wait for the reviews. Some smaller things, but things that they recognize as small, like that box game. Looks like an interesting little what you call it? Interesting little puzzler. You know, it looks like the type of game that if it ever goes on sale on the eShop for like $5, sure, pick it up. Some ports of games that I've already played, so personally I'm not gonna go after them at all. It's gonna be like, okay, yeah, well, it is what it is, but I'm glad that it's becoming accessible for some folks, like Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, that's coming. I'm like, okay, cool. Not a lot of more folks. Delayed to summer, release date set. I didn't even know it was delayed. I didn't even know there was a delay, so because I thought, you know, Deltarune Chapter 1, which from the looks of it is a spin-off type of sequel thingy, whatever that is to Undertale. I do have Undertale on the Switch. I haven't played it. I got it digitally. It's literally sitting on my Switch, but okay. Now we get to the disappointments. Of course, the number one disappointment for me is, though, no Metroid Prime Trilogy remaster. You guys had it set. That would have been perfect. Or at least say it's coming. You don't need to show a trailer. Just show it's coming. Even if it's not. Because we had listings. We had listings online from retailers saying, oh, yeah, you know, we got the listing here. We got the cover art. And it's perfect. After saying that, oh, yeah, Metroid Prime 4 is not going to happen for like literally years because we had to start from scratch. At least say that, yeah, we're working on a Prime Trilogy. Even if it's not coming anytime soon. Like when they mentioned Dragon Quest 11 and then they said fall 2019, I was still comfortable with it knowing that it's coming. Fall 2019, yeah, it's a wait, but it's manageable. You know what I mean? It's manageable. No mention whatsoever of Metroid Prime 11. It's just like, okay, well. Yeah, that's incredibly disappointing, the fact that that's just was not there at all. And then what also added an extra sting of disappointment for me personally, I don't know if it's going to be for other folks. I think other folks might look at it and go, that's not too bad. And I look at it and go, no, that's bad for me. That was bad for me personally. Is ending the show with Link's Awakening, which they proclaim to be a remake. It's a remake of Link's Awakening from Game Boy Color. And I'm like, cool. And I'm like, yeah, a remake. Okay. Never played Link's Awakening. I could now because it's on the Switch and it's a remake, so it's not going to be with those graphics. But the graphics don't even look... Yeah, it's by definition a remake because it looks aesthetically different. But, you know, the aesthetic and the look... That to me was just... You don't close with that. That's my main issue. You close with something heavy-hitting. And out of all the games they showed here, you either close out with Mario Maker 2, Dragon Quest 11, or Fire Emblem Three Houses. Those three. That's what you close out with. You don't close out with Link's Awakening Remake. You don't. You don't close out with that. When it came, down to it, and they were like, "Oh, this is the last announcement," I'm like, "Please, Metroid Prime." And as soon as I saw those Japanese anime bubbles, like hand-drawn anime, which looks beautiful. Don't get me wrong, it looks very old school. I was like, "No, it's not happening. It's not fucking happening." And then right before that, new IP Astral Chain. I guess technically I'll put that in the neutral section of a brand new IP, Astral Chain from Platinum Games. It looks like a Platinum game. It looks hectic. It looks crazy. That's their style. Coming to a Switch. It's looking like a Switch exclusive. I don't think we're getting that in the overall spectrum of games. That's going to be in a Switch exclusive. Glad to see that's getting hardcore exclusive. That's neat. It doesn't look like anything cutesy, which I'm about to tackle right now. But you don't close out with those two games. That's something that new IP of Astral Chain. That's not something you close out with. I'm sorry. It looks interesting. It looks cool, but you put that in the middle. I'd say you take that and you swap it with Three Houses. Three Houses should have been at the end because people are familiar with that IP. People are familiar with that name, and it's a big build up. Okay. That's at least gonna blow somebody's load. Somebody. Not for me though. So for me, you don't end it with a brand new IP that I never heard about, with a developer that I have heard about, but I just look at it and go, okay, well, I'm going to need some more detail on how that gameplay works with like two people chained together in the astral chain, or one person in one like mech suit. And then the remake of Link's Awakening, you don't end with that. That should have been in the fucking middle. You don't end with that. They needed to reshuffle. They seriously needed to reshuffle things. Because you don't end with that. 10 people watching on YouTube. How's it going, guys? I am ranting. I am fucking ranting because I'm actually a little irritated right now with the February 13th Nintendo Direct. I think it was around this time that they announced Smash Brothers. So it's like I said, something heavier should have come this way. And to me, the heaviest thing was the Dragon Quest XI announcement, Mario Maker 2, and knowing that Fire Emblem Three Houses looks accessible for somebody like me, and they're taking on a Game of Thrones approach. Other than that, pretty underwhelming. No Metroid Prime Trilogy. They ended with something that didn't need ending with. Link's Awakening remake. Okay, cool. I know a lot of folks are nostalgic for... Ooh, actually, you know what? That brings up another point. A lot of people are nostalgic for Link's Awakening on Game Boy Color. Sure, awesome. You don't end the Direct with that. You don't end the Direct with that. You don't. I'm sorry, but you just don't end the Direct with that. Alright, here I am getting all like giddy that, oh, Metroid Prime Trilogy, that's what they're going to close out with. It only makes sense. Especially after what they said about pushing Metroid Prime 4 because they have to start from scratch. No. A Game Boy Color remake with an aesthetic that looks cute, but you don't end with cute. You don't. Furthermore, the point that that was brought up, and I better mention it before I forget it. I don't have Nintendo Online right now, but if I did, I would have been a little bit more pissed off, because this Direct did not acknowledge at all any new innovations to Nintendo Switch Online. They're not amping up the games. They didn't announce brand new games. No Nintendo Switch at all. I mean, online at all. Nothing. Why am I still holding this cup? I need to drink some water. Hold on. No Nintendo Switch Online remarks of any kind. Of any kind. Nothing. They did not mention anything at all for that. It was ridiculous. I'm gonna hold on. Let me change my title here. Rant. Fucking ranting. I might download this, snip this little part with the rant and upload it separately. Cause goddamn. But yeah, and an abundance of cutesy stuff that I used as opportunities to look at my phone and check for text. Cause the Disney game where they all look like hot dog sausages. I knew that they were gonna mention Yoshi's Crafted World, so okay, that was in there. I'll give that one a pass. But what was a couple of, and then a couple of other things that I looked at and I go, that looks like a mobile game. That looks like a mobile game. That should have been a blog post. Those should have been blog posts. And again, going back to what I mentioned about Nintendo Switch Online, no mention into it whatsoever. You're remaking a Game Boy Color game, cool, but you put it at the end. Yeah, where I was expecting Metroid Prime Trilogy, and you did not acknowledge your base that are paying the $20 for a year for the Nintendo Switch Online by saying, "Oh, we're moving from NES games to SNES games. You're getting at least 4 games a month as opposed to just 2, selectively 2. We're gonna be bringing N64 games, possibly even GameCube games. Although I think maybe GameCube games might be a little bit bridged too far, but." At least N64 games coming to Nintendo Online, cool. No mention of it whatsoever. And then Smash Brothers. Holy shit, it's almost like they did not want to talk about Smash Brothers. It's almost like they're sick of talking about Smash Brothers. They're sick of hearing about Smash Brothers, being talked to about Smash Brothers. They're like, okay, here's Smash Bros. There's an update coming. There's an update coming, and Joker's coming before April. That's it. And they just breezed past that. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Jesus Christ. So, yeah, that was disappointing. That was a very disappointing direct. There were seriously some highlights. Like I said, I mentioned my top 3 is Mario Maker 2, Dragon Quest 11, and Fire Emblem 3 Houses looking accessible, knowing that it's accessible. That I can jump into it and be like, okay, I don't have to play those other games. But other than that, what the fuck, Nintendo? You guys had momentum. And then Assassin's Creed 3 coming to the Switch, the remastered. Okay, cool. An Assassin's Creed game on the Switch. I don't think we got Assassin's Creed games on the Switch before, have we? Yeah, I think this is the first Assassin's Creed game. Interesting. Even though you're deciding to go with, like, in my opinion, the weakest one. Kind of the weakest one. It's kind of the weakest one. At the same time, it's Rogue is kind of up there. I haven't played Unity. Unity might be the weakest one. I'll find out and see. But I haven't played it. It's actually on my stack of backlog games to tackle next. I haven't played Unity. I haven't played Syndicate. And I haven't played Origins or Odyssey. But I literally own all of those games. I got them all at a discount. So I'm glad that I did not at least spend too much. But I haven't played them. But yeah, like, what was that? Rune Factory 4 and Rune Factory 5 announcements? Okay. Bayonetta 3 is being worked on. Could have spent some time on that. Yeah. It wasn't the worst ever, but it was just supremely... and I guess it's a product of its own making, if that makes any kind of sense, because it is one of those cases where it's like, well, Nintendo was hitting out of the park so much lately that it's almost like they were building themselves up too much, that if they had delivered a direct like this in the Wii U time, it wouldn't have been disappointing, but it wouldn't have been extraordinary, because we would have looked at it and gone, okay, yeah, it was a Nintendo Direct. But with the strides they've been making with the Switch, I can only assume that they were gonna have something really, really special planned. And for some folks, that Fire Emblem, 3 Houses could be considered special. For me, Dragon Quest 11 coming to the Switch is pretty special. Mario Maker 2 is pretty special, but they could have had a big ace in the hole, and that Metroid Prime trilogy would have been that ace. Now, who knows? Maybe it's being worked on. It doesn't mean that it's not in development. It could be being worked on, and maybe in a couple of months, probably around April, when we do get the official release of Joker and a couple of other things, because it looks like we do this every couple of months, and I think maybe the next Direct we'll see in April. And also, going back to what I was going to mention before, maybe this is a product of, maybe most of this Direct was a product or a result of the original Direct they had in mind for, I think it was either last month or the month before, that they had to postpone because of the Japanese earthquake. Maybe this is what they had planned. And if that had originally been released when it did in January, then we would have gotten a Direct, not this month, but probably in March. And in March, they would have said, yes, Metroid Prime Trilogy, and now we have to wait until April. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt that maybe on the next Direct, they'll hit really, really hard with a Metroid Prime Trilogy remake. Trilogy, well, not a remake, but a remaster. New details on like a full-blown demo, well, not demo, but like a really good, deep inside look at Bayonetta 3, because it's been a good while since Bayonetta 2, so I'm imagining, but then again, that's Platinum Games, and it looks like Platinum Games' next game is going to be Astral Chain, I think it was called, Astral Chain. Where'd it go? I had it right here. I had the name right here. Where'd it go? Oh, there you go. Astral Chain, yeah. So, only time will tell, but my sincerest message to Nintendo: you don't end your your Directs with a remake of a Game Boy Color game that visually looks, like updated, but it doesn't look like it. Can you sincerely look at that and go, yeah, we should close out a Nintendo Direct like that? Even though you have heavy hitters like Mario Maker 2. Like Mario Maker 2, starting the game with that gave me the impression that you're going to close out with something big like the Metroid Prime Trilogy. But instead, that's how you do it. It went like this. That's what it did. That's what it did. So I really don't know what else I can comment. I mean, the chat, you guys' chat, you're being a little quiet. You know, give me some insight. I know I'm ranting here, but give me some insight. What do you guys think? Because personally, I feel like they did Smash Brothers a little dirty. They just breezed through that shit. They just breezed through that. It was kind of embarrassing. My God. All right. I think that about does it for me. There's really not much. What about Ultimate Alliance? It's pretty okay in my opinion. Mr. Smiley, are you asking me about Ultimate Alliance or about Nintendo about Ultimate Alliance? Because they did give some details on Ultimate Alliance 3 with the roster, release window, etc., etc. Not much more of a leap than what they showcased before when they announced the game. As far as me, for me, oh, okay, me, you're talking about me. So, what I did mention is that looking at it, I went, you know, this looks like a standalone. It looks like a standalone because they're calling it the Black Order, the Black Order. So it's going to tackle Thanos' children. So I'm getting the impression that maybe I can play this on its own. And I'm like, if that's the case, then maybe I'm just going to get this. And I know that this is 3, there's 1 and 2. And there's a 2-pack digital code that you can get for the PlayStation 4 that comes with 1 and 2 for $60. So each one's $30. Kind of tempted, but at the same time, I'm like, that's a lot of game there that I have to power through to decide if I want it. So I'm kind of like, well, I could do that, or I can get the physical version of Ultimate Alliance 3 at a slightly discounted rate, because I know my ways, and jump into that instead. And then if I like it enough, then maybe I'll backtrack to Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2 on the PlayStation 4. Okay, Tanner, you brought up something interesting. Tanner, Coaster, disappointed that there were no news about the Switch Pro. I'm not, because the Switch Pro, by technicality, would be a new console. Even though it's not a new console, if you get what I'm saying, you know what I mean? It's like it's not a new generation of a console, but it is a new console, period. And that means that that's something that you don't really announce in a February Direct. I think you want to wait a little closer to when the hype is truly up around E3 time. So if they ever disclose any news about a Switch Pro or a Switch Mini, because there's news about a Switch Mini having circulating, or rumors having circulating around, where it's basically the Switch, but you don't take off the Joy-Cons. It's just one. It's like the 2DS basically, but it's not wedge styled. It literally just looks like a Switch, but you can't take out the Joy-Cons. You can't dock it. It's just this right here. Wii U, I know. Yeah, Wii U ish, kinda. My assumption, and I'm not an expert, but my assumption is that Nintendo wouldn't disclose that in a February Direct. They would do that in a June or July Direct around the hot convention time for either E3 or, I dare say, even Comic-Con. Even though Comic-Con is more comics and movie oriented, it's still something that Spider-Man Unlimited shutting down. It's still something that you want to tackle around that time to build up hype during that E3 time, after everyone's hyped up on E3 on all the big game announcements. And also, I guess this would be around the right time to announce the Switch Pro, because next year they're going to be doing, next year there's a very good chance in 2020 we're going to get the next Xbox and the next PlayStation 5. After that, I think now Nintendo might have figured out a pattern to be like, okay, we're going to be the in-between console, because that's when we can sell the most. So the next Nintendo, whatever the hell that is, not the Switch, but like the brand new console, either if it's stream-based or whatever, that's going to be on like the in-between years, like 2021, 2022, when the PlayStation 5 and Xbox One is already in people's households, and they can just kind of like continue on through. As far as a Switch Pro or Switch Mini, like I said, they would, if we do get news of that this year, it's going to be around E3 time, so around June. So that way, when it gets released, let's for argument's sake, say it gets released in the fall of this year. Perfect build-up time, perfect hype time for the holiday season when that comes around. Oh shit, that would be really lame. Just a Switch Mini when it needs so many improvements to compete as a console. Yeah, I mean, personally, I agree with you that a Switch Pro would be preferable over a Switch Mini, but I'll tell you this, I work at Best Buy, and ever so often adults are hesitant. They still go through with it, but they have that hesitant look in their face when they buy a $300 console for their really young kids, who I just witnessed knocked over a shelf of game cases. So if they're that ruthless here in the store when they're being eyed by us, the employees, imagine how they are at home. Which is why I immediately go, do you want the warranty on that? All right, because you do have the 1-year manufacturer warranty, but at Best Buy you could do the accidental, which covers, you guessed it, accidents. And looking at your kid, I think you're going to need it. So they get hesitant with that $300 price point. This is actually something that I didn't really come up with personally. Rich of Review Tech USA, he brought this up and kind of put the idea in my head, so I'm going to give credit over to him. And he makes a very strong point that parents are not going to want to spend too much money on that. So Nintendo can kind of see a little bit of a money well there by coming up with a Switch Mini. Dockless, Joy-Con-less, but it's like $250 or just $200 even. $200 even, cool. Parents can save $100. They don't have to worry about their kids. It's much more durable. Boom. There you go. And they can still play those Switch games. Mario, Zelda, etc. With that Link's Awakening, perfect seller right there because it's got that cute top-down bubbly aesthetic that, again, for me, it doesn't resonate. And it's not, again, I can't reiterate enough, you don't close out a Direct with that. You just don't. You don't. You don't. It's fucking ridiculous. I can't believe they did that. I can't believe y'all done that. Tetris 99 is pretty cool. It's pretty cool that it's free to play. That's definitely something you make free to play, because I looked at it and go, okay, that they made it look all like big and shit, and I'm like, okay, but then they're like free to play. I'm like, all right, cool. And the fact that you're making it, not only is it free to play, but you do have a hook, and the hook is that 99 people are literally on screen competing with one another in the form of Tetris. It's very community based. Now here's the thing: when I say free to play, I should probably use the term free to play loosely, because the free to play, sure, but you still need Nintendo Online to play with other people, so you still need to pay for that membership if you don't already have it, which I don't have it. And I was thinking about having it so I can maybe do a live stream pretty soon so I can play Smash Brothers with you guys, especially since Piranha Plant came out, and I definitely want to play with Piranha Plant because I did register my cartridge and I should be getting Piranha Plant for free. But it's just so dirty how Nintendo did Nintendo Online folks with this Direct, because they didn't acknowledge it whatsoever. No updates to the system, no updates to their refund policies, no updates to how many games you get per month and which games. Because right now they're still on that NES binge, with some games generally being great, and then other games I'm looking at and going, what is that? What is that? And I would so sign up for Nintendo Online right now if they said, oh yeah, by the way, next month we're not doing NES games, we're doing SNES games, or 64 games. And N64 games. Oh my god, I would sign up. And we're bumping it up to 3 games, not 2. It would be crazy. So keep in mind, guys, I'm looking at the chat right now. So if you guys have any kind of opinions, if you're feeling some type of way, let me know. I am taking a look at the chat right now. What do you guys have to say? If you guys have any more to say about the Direct, because like I said, right now my overall thoughts is pretty disappointing. It wasn't the worst ever. I know that there's been much worse Directs out there, but goddamn. Link's Awakening was the only good reveal. Like I said, that wasn't even a good reveal for me because they put it at the fucking end. You don't put that at the end. Not even a mention of Prime 4. I knew they weren't going to mention Prime 4 because they just recently did, saying, oh yeah, we are actually starting from scratch. And universally was accepted by everybody because they were being super transparent. And it wasn't even a direct. It was literally just a last-minute video, a last-minute impromptu video saying, hey guys, got to be honest with you, it's not working out right now. We're going back to the original developers of the Metroid Prime games. We're starting over from scratch with a blueprint, but we're starting over from scratch. It's going to be a while. We're just being honest right now. We're not going to bullshit you. And that was cool. Do you know what Spider-Man Unlimited is? That Spider-Man Unlimited is shutting down. When you say Spider-Man Unlimited, are you talking about the cartoon or are you talking about the comic book line? Because I know the comic book line is going on right now. Yeah, that's what I mentioned earlier, Tanner, if you're just joining in. Which, if you are, thank you for tuning into the stream. But I mentioned earlier that right now, to me, it really did look like the order of the reveals is just out of place. They started with Mario Maker 2, so that gave me the thought that they were going to close out with something big, because you opened with a sequel to a game that everybody loved. And a game that I missed out on because I heard that the 3DS version kind of sucked on a technical level with frame rates, bugs, and all that stuff because there was just too much. And I missed it on the Wii U, obviously, because I never owned a Wii U. So when I saw that you were able to like change all the things, I'm like, Mario Maker port to Nintendo Switch, awesome, I'm there. But then they slipped that 2 on, I'm like, okay, then it's not just a port, it's actually a full-blown sequel with brand new features, additions, and stuff like that. Like it means that they're not updating the ports. It's not a deluxe edition, or at least we're getting the impression that it's not going to be a deluxe edition, and it might end up being when the reviews come around and they're like, yeah, this is more like 1.5 Mario Maker. So who knows? But it bodes a tremendous amount of confidence knowing that they put that 2 on, saying, hey, there's so many brand new features here, this is actually going to be a brand new game. That was cool. Nice way to open. So I was under the impression that you were going to close up with something big. Astral Chain, which looks nice. It looks cool. It looks like a great live streaming game. Very hectic, very fast paced, cool action. It's Platinum Games. They know how to do action. Awesome. But brand new IP. And that's something you slap with something more in the middle. And then you close out with Link's Awakening, which, again, for people who are nostalgic, good for you, but it's the fact that they put it at the end. You don't close out with that. You close out with a heavy hitter. You might as well take the Dragon Quest XI port to the West, because apparently it's already on the Switch in the East. The Western port of Dragon Quest XI, which to me is a big highlight, because that means I have access to the game now, even though I do have a PS4. But knowing that, hearing so many people say that this is a game that you can literally spend 100 hours on, I'm like, that means it's gonna take me forever, because I'm a busy guy. I have a day job. I go to school. I have to come home to get on my PS4 to play it. Ugh. So knowing it's coming to the Switch, I can play it anywhere. And I already mentioned this a couple times already, but just for people who are just joining in right now, that gives me accessibility to Dragon Quest XI, and that was awesome. That you can maybe put at the end, or better yet, take that Fire Emblem's 3 Houses, a recognizable name, put that at the end. You don't put Link's Awakening. You don't. A Game Boy Color remake, which for a lot of folks that could be great, but for me it's just like, I didn't play it. So remake, okay, cool, I get to play it again, but I get to play it for the first time, but with that aesthetic, you mount it up, you kind of shuffle it in there with those other cutesy stuff that we saw. I'm sorry. Sergeant Gyros, how's it going? Welcome to the stream here, or to the rant hour that I just cannot get over right now, of that direct. Or that the remakes were so late or mixed in, they needed to be at the front. Yeah, they needed to be at the front. Mario Maker 2, maybe you close out with that. That would have been a nice little, I would have walked away with a nicer taste in my mouth right now if they ended with Mario Maker 2 or Dragon Quest XI port. It was weird that they didn't said, bye, no, we have one more thing. Well, that's because they didn't have one more thing. That's pretty abundantly clear. They didn't have that one more thing. That was the big issue. Just to remind you guys, one more thing. Okay, while you guys mention a couple more things in the chat, I just want to mention to you guys all watching right now on YouTube, you'll notice a little counter here that says Twitch followers. We're trying to hit 50 followers over there because I'm going to start streaming more frequently on Twitch rather than on YouTube. So if you have a twitch.tv account, give me a follow. It's twitch.tv/DarkSpiderDavid. So same username he has as here on YouTube. If you have an account, go and check me out. If you don't have an account, it takes about 5 minutes to create one. Give me a follow. Cumulatively, we'll be able to hit 50 followers, and we'll be able to grow that community. And hopefully, I can become affiliate so that I can provide more for you guys. You know, like emojis and all that stuff. But because pretty soon, especially after my announcement that I'm making on YouTube, Twitch.tv might be the thing. It might just be the thing. Live streaming on Twitch.tv, it might just be the thing. Spider-Man Unlimited, the mobile game, is shutting down. I didn't even know it was a mobile game, Mr. Smiley, so I'm completely out of the loop on that one. Just the fact that it was a top-down Zelda was the best part about it. Its childish look was a take-back, but its difficulty could still be there. Was it difficult? Was the original difficult? Because, yeah, I'm telling you right now, I did not play it. I didn't play it. So it's cool that I'll be kind of exposed to this game for the first time. And it's technically a remake because I know that from the Game Boy Color to what that looked like, it's technically a remake. It's not a remaster with, you know, in all the sense of the terms. But you don't end with that. You don't end with that. You just don't end with that. And I don't even know why I'm still wearing my headset because I technically don't even need it now. By God, man. By God. So yeah, I'll just mention one more time, guys. If you have a Twitch account, twitch.tv/DarkSpiderDavid. We are at 32 followers right now. Let's go ahead and try to hit 50 followers. I would greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. Especially since the future, little by little, it looks like the future's moving over to Twitch. Because YouTube, with their copyright shit and all that, and their demonetization, even though I've never been monetized to begin with, it's the way to go. It's the way to go. Twitch.tv is the way to go. So twitch.tv/DarkSpiderDavid. You'll notice a little counter right here. 32 out of 50. We're trying to hit 50. Much appreciated. If you actually go over there right now, I'm streaming simultaneously. I'm actually streaming on Twitch right now. The exact same thing. I streamed my reaction to the direct and also to my rant that I'm doing right now. That I'm honestly about to conclude because I really don't know what else I can probably mention that I haven't already mentioned, except that was a very disappointing. That was pretty disappointing. And didn't some of the gameplay footage look bad? AC port footage look like really bad frames per second. To be brutally honest, it could be a combination of that, or maybe just their stream was a little weird. But besides that, I mean, I don't really have that much of a stake in it because Assassin's Creed 3 was, in my opinion, so far from what I've played, the weakest one. So yeah, Tanner, I'm about to leave. I'm still going to sign out, though, but if you have the time, check out my Twitch, twitch.tv, and like I said, I'll be pretty soon exclusively streaming on just that over there. Because, yeah, like I said, with YouTube's weird-ass policies lately, Twitch is looking nicer and nicer. So, twitch.tv/DarkSpiderDavid. Did they announce news on Ultimate? Kevin Martinez, what Ultimate? Because there's literally a bunch of games out there right now with the term Ultimate, so you have to be a little bit specific. So I'll answer your question, and then I'll be heading on out of here because I actually have to start getting ready for my date. Smash. Did they announce news on Smash Ultimate? That's what you're referring to. Fuck no. They really did not. They really did not. They literally spent like 30 to 45 seconds on Smash. They said that Joker's coming before April, within their first quarter, I guess you could say, and that there's going to be a new update with, you know, refinements and stuff like that, along with the inclusion of Joker. If you got the pass, of course. Not free for everybody, just if you got the pass. That's literally it. That was literally it. Like I said, they spent literally 30 to 45 seconds on Smash Brothers. It's almost like they're sick of talking about Smash Brothers. They just moved on through. They just moved on through. They just said, "Oh, we got an update for it. It's gonna come with like little innovations and stuff like that for Smash Brothers, and then we're gonna move and Joker will be one of them, and blah, 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 blah." That's it. Wow. Okay. I was at least expecting, I guess I'll give them a benefit of the doubt. Yeah, they've been talking about Smash Bros. An awful lot lately, so all right, I'll be okay with it, knowing, because there was a slight expectation that maybe they'll tease the next fighter to be included in the fighter pass or season pass or whatever it is. But maybe they're just burning away a little bit too much right now in Smash Bros. They're just like, oh, we're kind of tired of talking about it, so they just breeze on through. Really good channel, lots of vids. I like your name. How's it going? You're a little late though. I am about to sign out though, but not without reminding you guys to check out my Twitch. I know you're probably getting sick of it. I'm sorry, but I am. I am closing out now. So 15 followers on YouTube, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I just ranted a little bit, so go ahead and rewind about a good 15-20 minutes, and I just 20-25 minutes or so. The last 30 minutes or so, I've been ranting on the Nintendo Direct, or almost actually for an hour. I've been ranting on the Nintendo Direct that ultimately was, no pun intended, ultimately for me was kind of disappointing. Because, and not just because they didn't announce Metroid Prime Trilogy, because that was my golden goose, and they did not announce it. Okay, maybe you're not ready, just like you're not ready for Metroid Prime 4, which I was not expecting them to tackle at all. But the shuffling of the announcements that we did get was just a little too out of order. You don't end with Link's Awakening remake. You don't. I'm sorry. Some of you guys might be excited for it, but you just don't. And there was an abundance of cute little mobile game looking stuff in the middle. I'm sorry, but RuneScape or Rune, whatever the hell that was, Dragon Quest Builders 2. I know a lot of people like Dragon Quest Builders. I still have yet to get into it. No, so getting a sequel already, it's kind of like feel like I'm playing a little bit of catch up. But to me, the biggest highlights, Mario Maker 2, which they open with, which is why my anticipation, my excitement was building up. So, and beginning with that, I was hoping they would close out with something just as big. They didn't, so okay. But Mario Maker 2, Fire Emblem 3 Houses looking very, very intriguing, just like Sly Rocker said. Fire Emblem 3 Houses looks really good in my opinion. It does for me as well. And more importantly, it looks accessible. It looks like I can actually jump into this without having to play any of the 3DS ones, without having to play Warriors, which I'm intrigued in. I actually have it. I have like the special edition because it was super cheap. But at the same time, it's a Warriors game. So it's like Dynasty Warriors, Hyrule Warriors, where you just kind of go around the map and try to kill as many enemies as possible. And it's all, the gimmick is about how many enemies are on the map and all that. So kind of doesn't really count as a Fire Emblem game, as a traditional Fire Emblem game. But this one looks accessible to me. It looks like I can just jump right into it, so that's very intriguing. And then the third and last big highlight for me from this Direct was Dragon Quest XI coming to the Switch. Knowing that I can access that game and be able to play the hundreds of hours of it, but from anywhere because of how busy I can get. Cool. I don't have to come home and exclusively play on the PlayStation 4 now. And then Brady Bozert, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Update 3.0. Like I said, they spent 30 to 45 seconds on that shit, and I was just like, okay, well, you're clearly tired of talking about Smash Brothers. Okay. So that about does it for me. It's almost 3:30 now, so I have to start getting ready. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I think this is probably the most watched live stream that I did, so really, really, really appreciate it, guys. Thank you as always. Again, make sure to follow me on Twitch, but also on other media platforms that I'll be much more frequent on. Or at least I'm trying to be much more frequent on. So Twitter, Instagram, but most especially Twitch, because I am planning on doing some exclusive live streams such as these on Twitch, but it's going to be obviously game-centric. I'm going to be playing games, maybe games such as this, which was also a nice little surprise, knowing that there's brand new missions, story-based missions even, coming to the Switch version of Starlink, which I just recently picked up. So it's kind of like a little bonus gift for me. So I'm like, all right, cool. But yeah, I'll be doing more live streams exclusively on Twitch and not here on YouTube. So go on over to Twitch, to my Twitch, twitch.tv/DarkSpiderDavid. Just like right here, you see DarkSpiderDavid, all one word, no caps. We're at 32 followers. We're trying to hit a goal of 50. So if you guys can help out with that, I would really appreciate it. If you don't have a Twitch account, it's pretty simple to make one. So it takes about 5 minutes. Very, very quick and easy. Other than that, though, let's see. Nintendo revealed the Three Houses Special Edition on their Twitter. If you're interested, by the way, I did see a little banner at the end. It said like Seasons of Warfare Edition that comes with like an art book and all that stuff. Looks interesting, but knowing that this is my first official whatchamacallit, Fire Emblems game, because Warriors kind of doesn't count, or at least first console Fire Emblems game, because I do have Awakenings and Conquest on the 3DS, so maybe I'll touch base with those. But Sly Rocker, 33 followers now, and I do see the wait, did the counter go up? Counter is still at 32, so I don't know if it has yet to be updated, or I don't know. Not entirely sure. Maybe it just has to be updated. Either it has to be updated, or maybe you just haven't actually done it, but you're like planning on to it. Okay, I appreciate in advance. Alrighty. Okay, so that does it for me. So once more, another reminder, guys, follow me on Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter. DarkSpiderDavid is the username for all of those platforms, but most especially Twitch, because that's where I'll be doing some exclusive. And I just saw the counter go up, 33. So now we're at 33, guys. Wait. Yeah, I see the counter that says 33 now. I think there it is. All right, yeah, because Twitch hasn't updated yet, so now it says 33. Much appreciated, Sly Rocker, if that was you. Guys, be like Sly Rocker. Be cool like Sly Rocker. And check out my Twitch. We are now at 33, so let's push for that 50, all right? The more followers, obviously, the more frequent I'm going to be on Twitch. Well, I'm going to be frequent. I'm going to try to be as frequent as I can possibly be regardless, but 50 is the goal right now, and it's looking like we're getting closer and closer and closer. So if you guys really like this stream and really liked my opinions and my rants and me going kind of crazy on this direct, make sure to follow me on Twitch for more live streams there. It's up to you as to whether or not you want to subscribe to this channel, because I don't know how frequent I'm going to be on it, but you know, go ahead and decide for yourself if you want to subscribe, like, and share this live stream. Might splice out my rant specifically and post that as a separate video so that people can check that out separately, but for the time being, make sure to follow these social media platforms right here. As I mentioned before, DarkSpiderDavid is the username. Until next time, guys, that does it for me now. Thank you for all who tuned in into the chat. Tanner, Kevin, really good channel, lots of vids. Sly Rocker, Brady, Mr. Smiley 27, Sergeant Gyros, I think that's how you say your name. Frederick Greer, Double Dash 317, Richard Dela. And I could have sworn there was, and King Ray 2001, who appeared for like 5 seconds, and then he disappeared. So thank you guys for all who tuned in, and also Dway123 over on Twitch, who left a very arousing comment. Okay. Well, thank you very much. So if you guys are on Twitch right now, make sure to follow Mr. Smiley. You're lagging. I will make an account very soon. You are lagging it, sir. You are lagging it. Soon. You got 5 minutes? You got 5 minutes right now? That's all you need. All right, Sparky, here's the deal. If you want to be a follower on Twitch, you got to create an account. Do you got it? I've been watching Genie clips recently of the original Aladdin because of the new Aladdin that just traumatized everybody. Alrighty, so that's it for me, guys. I can't be lagging it anymore. For reals this time, I am out. Make sure you follow those accounts, those platforms, especially on Twitch, and I'll catch you guys all on the next one. Take care.